Chances are, if you're watching this video, the FCC vote to repeal net neutrality will directly affect you, as nearly 2/3 of my viewers are Americans. Yes, I do study my analytics. And chances are you've noticed that Ajit Pai and his little group at the FCC did vote to repeal net neutrality 3-2 yesterday. Hopefully you do understand the potential implications of this, and I'm sure of what many of you are thinking. Optimus, I've heard 1,000,000 times about net neutrality. Is it really that important? And the answer is a resounding yes. It is that important. Without net neutrality regulations, it will become possible for ISPs or internet service providers to do many things to your internet service. First, they can begin to package your websites, social media, access to gaming networks, and more together in bundles to sell to you to make extra money added onto what buttload they already make. You like getting on YouTube, making a Google search, and playing your Xbox? Sweet, pay them an extra $10.99 a month for the privilege to do so. Like you don't already pay enough to access PlayStation and Xbox servers. By the way, that's a benefit of moving to PC. They can also restrict or slow access to websites that they deem inappropriate, against their political views, politically incorrect, or even ones that compete with them. Do you really want to watch the buffer every 10 seconds when you're trying to get a nut off on Pornhub? Didn't think so. You like it when your Netflix gets stuck loading your movie? I didn't think so. Do you like it when companies try to tell you what to think? I didn't think so. Trust me, you don't want to give them the ability to do so, even if they say that they won't. Giving corporations who don't care about their consumers the keys to the car is like giving the keys to a drunk driver. The car being your free and prosperous internet, and you being you. Don't do it. Many companies have already promised not to do immoral things under the repeal of net neutrality, but do you really believe them? Do you really want them to have the ability to choose that? There are arguments to net neutrality like, well, if your service provider starts charging extra for things that you want, switch to one that doesn't do that. But they don't realize that for millions of Americans, it's really not that simple. Some people can't afford other providers, but many more just don't have the option to switch to providers who wouldn't do things like this. For many areas in the United States, there aren't any small service providers, and if there are, they're fledgling already. Just imagine what more money in the pockets of big companies will do when they destroy the smaller competitors and become the only way to have internet in more communities. You don't want them to have the ability to choose that? Good. Call your local representative up right now. There's a couple of links in the description of this video that you can go to and find help in doing that. Give them an earful. Tell them that your voice matters because you and your family and your friends all support net neutrality, and if they refuse to stand up and take action, they will be losing out on a huge amount of votes. Tell them that their polls have already stated that over 80% of Americans want net neutrality, and in a nation where 4 out of 5 people stand against your views, you cannot win an election. Tell them that they are your representative and to do their job. Stand up for the free internet. Introduced over a week ago, the proposed Save Net Neutrality Act of 2017 would block the FCC's vote on the repeal. Also, Ajit and the FCC will have to defend the repeal in court, and it is more than possible that a court will overturn the ruling and restore net neutrality. If these two options do not work, you can still speak with your vote, because midterm elections will be coming up on November 6th, 2018. It will be my first time voting in my life, and you can bet your money that net neutrality will be an issue that I focus on. All of the seats in the House of Representatives and 33 of the seats in the Senate will be up for voters. Vote for people who will act on issues that you're passionate about. In our society, we overlook voting because we think that we're powerless to doing something about things like this. But if you vote for representatives who will defend issues that you care about, even if the majority are crooks, at least you can still use your voice to make a difference. Many politicians are in favor of keeping net neutrality. Many more are paid by big business to try and get rid of it. We're looking at you, Ajit. Use your voice, use your vote, and use your wallet when companies try to suppress you, and save net neutrality. Thank you for getting to this point in the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a like and to also subscribe down below. Have plenty of videos coming in the future.
Hit a motherfucker with a step father. Fuckin' with a nigga like me, won't do it. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Stop trying to